And thank you. You are live again on the intranet.
I think we have the assistant producer here.
I need that.
She gets the get out of jail free card because she produced one hell of a guest tonight. So, good job on the assist, second wife, with the with the mute button there. But yeah, she kind of it's get out of jail free. She produced International Man of Mystery. It's really kind of hard to bitch.
I mean, he produced himself. I just handled logistics.
Still, okay. You made it happen.
Funny how shit happens.
So which Mel are you? Are you producer Mel? Or are you travel agent Mel? Or are you florist Mel? Which Mel are you today?
I know, I'm a lot of different
Director
Mel.
Mel.
I'm a lot of different Mels all at the same time.
Well, one would say that is our fucking marriage. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? Hey, which Mel am I dealing with today? All righty.
Fantastic.
All right, let's go ahead and do a EFL show.
Oh, I just need empty tiny cups.
What's this one?
Okay.
We're gonna get
Is this for me?
Real quick on these.
Okay.
The light pink is my first one.
Mm-hmm.
I will save these and give them to you later because I don't pour them now.
You have my second one here. Did you drink the first one
I
already?
don't pour mine now. I will drink the entire can.
Heard.
And then you've got one more of those too, from them. That one's a pineapple upside down cider.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the company, but the minute you see it, you'll be like, oh, I know those guys because we've done a bunch of shit with them. Red Chapman.
Yeah, they're in Mount Airy. I run into that rep all the time at Mount Airy.
So it's that one, and then I also got her the creamsicle one too.
Nice. Creamsicle one's pretty good. Yeah.
So those will be good. All right.
I happen to have all those prior to them hitting the shelves at Mount Airy.
Oh, I imagine you do.
I just hang out in the office.
Yeah, in the fucking.
Just kidding.
Damn, she's tired already. Come on, man.
Much like my marriage, she's pushing all the fucking buttons.
Are you ready now?
We're ready. Well, Mr. Graham, we've got a little bit of the EFL to talk about. Some changes in the championship, man.
Yeah, there were a little bit of shuffle.
Yeah, a little bit of a shuffle.
Every day I'm shuffling. Well, it's a championship. Every 3 days they're shuffling, actually.
Yeah, pretty much. And it looks like a lot of makeup games are going to be happening in League One as well. So it's getting a little interesting. They're going to be fun. And we got an International Man of Mystery here. What the fuck, man? Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston. Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Snub of my lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to Does EFL show, a completely brief, biased recap of the entire English Football League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, just baffled by it all, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, sorry I wasn't so interactive during the intro there.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all good.
I had to doing beer admin.
Beer admin and
stressful, man.
And you got all that hair to worry about too.
I mean, that's just comes with the territory of being hot.
We're recorded at the DU Public House, just outside the nation's capital. You get your cuss out wherever you get your podcast, and of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how you could get in touch without being so fucking vain.
Admin is hard, so we have the same email address and socials for this show. It's at DUFootballShow at all the social medias, and DUFootballShow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yep.
Damn it, there was.
It's also the same Patreon, but you don't get anything extra for this.
I think it was last week. I'll have to look it up and by the end of the show. But Keith Kern sent us an email that was actually really fucking good, and then it was about beating Villa, and then I never read it. So
Nice.
that tells you exactly how good we are at admin.
didn't
John, would
even
it
look
surprise you to know that admin not our strong suit?
I am not shocked, to be honest.
Can I tell you something? The only time that I open the Gmail is when I have to look at Pat's bet. Because I expect you to tell me there's something I should see.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. I am on the fucking ball like that. We are drinking the exact same shit
Of
we were
course.
drinking in the last show, and we're going to drink more of it because, well, we've got a fucking audience tonight, so of course we're going to be dumbasses.
Championship corner!
I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no!
I love all the admin we've been talking about having to do, and Mel's admin, for the most part, during the show is pushing buttons, right? And she went, nope, not that one. And pushed the other one. It's like, I got 6 beers over here trying to worry about, did I pour this one for everybody? I don't know what I'm doing. That one.
Mel, I don't have your second cider, by
It's
the way.
just funny.
See, if you were paying attention during the pre-show, half show, mid-show, I said I'm going to keep mine over here, and I will dole them out next show.
It's a tale as long as time.
Do you want it now?
Men
oldest
do
time?
not listen to their wives.
Excuse me, oldest time, isn't it?
As old as time, yes.
I've been watching a lot of Beauty and the Beast recently. Okay, the 3-year-old's into it.
All right, this loses all of its luster because this should have been read during the midweek show that we did, but it was still a really good email and it deserves to be read. Sam's still enjoying the show, but this old guy can't stay up for your live streams. Fair enough, no problem. There's plenty of old guys with heart problems that apparently can still stay up. but okay, Keith, you're the old guy. Wanted to say I enjoy the show better when you both bet against the Magpies. First league win in a while. I was hoping you would help me out with some more good juju for this weekend with the match against Luton. I mean, Luton did just put 4 on Brighton. I mean, that looks pretty attractive, right? Keep up the good work, and maybe I'll be at your next public broadcast.
Nice.
So, well, we didn't make that bet, and you drew. So, fuck you.
Yeah, it's hard. So, like Newcastle this season, because of the unexpected turnaround last season, really, then the champion. There's so many unknowns. The Champions League campaign, and then this, and all the injuries, and I haven't.
I was going to say having a starting lineup of 4.5 players.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
most weeks.
That's a team that I haven't felt comfortable putting money down on.
Yeah.
Because of that. There's so many unknowns, and occasionally those 9 reserves do turn up and they get a win.
I would say to go along with his theory is that in injury time, both of us were very definitively like, oh, Newcastle's going to wipe the floor with Luton.
Yeah, because I thought exactly what happened to Villa, right? They get their ass kicked midweek, and then they go, Eddie Howe put the boot up them.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking go out there and show who you are.
Yep.
And they started to, but Luton have been, just so passionate.
A bulldog. They are not going to
figured
go
out
away.
Rob Edwards' system. They figured out the system. It's a lot like what happened with Bournemouth and Areola.
Yeah.
It's just like one day it clicked.
Yep.
Everything that we've been working for all season and trying to, it's the opposite of what's happening at Chelsea.
Right.
It ain't clicking. You know what I mean? That whatever system Potts is trying to implement is not working. Whatever's happening at Luton and Bournemouth is all of a sudden.
Right.
And they've been both pretty formed teams. But that's not what this show is about. Keith, maybe remind Sam to do better admin.
Yeah, I should. Well, okay. Hey, Graham, you might want to answer. It's pot. It's free. It's the pot. Speak to you.
So we have another member of the cardiac club.
Okay.
Shorebilly said that he had a heart attack at 37. Well, he's still up.
Join the club. There we go.
Hey, well done.
It's only a matter of time before Graham has his.
I love how this show has turned into a fucking cardiac support group.
Yeah, just all of us.
Can we find one healthy cunt that listens to us? Please.
Come on. The demo is definitely
Fair.
It is beer drinking, fucking
Fair.
buffalo wing eating fucking people. That is exactly what our demographic is.
That's got to go on a shirt, Mel. Beer drinking, buffalo eating, and then at the end throwing up the woo, the Ric Flair woo. You got to do it. He's a rootin' tootin' fuzzoom son of a bitch, whatever he used to say.
It's funny because Taylor and Christian have been asking me for a Heart Association T-shirt. I may have to come up with one.
Graham, you got to
He's
understand.
a pill taking, bourbon drinking, buffalo wing eating, cardiologist seeing.
No. Mr. Graham, it is styling and profiling.
Whatever,
Limousine riding, stealing all the kisses from the pretty girls. Graham, if you want to ride Space Mountain, gotta walk that aisle. Woo!
Sorry,
That's how you got to do it.
personally only paid attention to full-blooded Italians during my time in WWE.
That is a veiled hint right there. All right, there have been some changes at the
and
top of the
Generation X. Cause suck it.
Yeah, everybody just did the sucking at one time.
Oh, you didn't know?
No!
You
gotta call somebody! My man Road Dogg. Come on.
This is a reference for Mike Rice when we used to play Beirut. None of that fucking beer pong bullshit. Full contact, real deal fucking in the basement. Me and Brian Carper from our days at Copeland's were the tag team champions of the world, and that would be the song that we would make sure we played on our phone as we were walking down the stairs, going like this in front of everybody as we walked out of the basement for Beirut.
Nice. All
All
right,
right, we're going to talk about the fucking championship now,
Gecko's going to
'cause,
feel insulted again.
there has been some changes at the top. Ipswich lost to Preston North End this weekend, 3-2.
And what we say about that cup set? That's one of those situations that can just drain the confidence out of the club and stop the brilliant run they were on.
Well, and
And
you
it looks like that may have been the case.
couple that with wins from Leeds and Southampton, who are now on a fucking 21 match unbeaten streak. They now find themselves in 4th place. The Saints have moved into 2nd, but they are still a massive 11 points behind Leicester on a 21 game unbeaten streak. The last time they lost is in September. And they're still 11 points behind fucking Leicester.
Well, that's what happens
the
when the
top of the
first
league.
9 games of the season were shit.
Yeah, it's just insanity. Absolute insanity. And here's the thing, and Leeds beat Bristol 1-0 on Friday. They move into 3rd place. They have enough points that if this was any other year, like them and Ipswich being in 4th place, if this was any other year in the championship, all 4 of those teams with the points they're on would be 1st or 2nd. They'd be automatically gaining promotion. So, and only 3 go up. So one of them clubs is going to miss out. And in all likelihood, 2 of them clubs are going to miss out because it's normally the hot hand at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to get hot right at the end. You're
It's
absolutely
normally
right.
it's normally the 5th or 6th place team that ultimately ends up advancing up to the Premier League because they're hot going into that playoff round as well.
You're absolutely
That's
right.
almost always the case.
Yeah, 100%.
West Brom
And
still
that's true for the playoffs in most divisions.
right.
Whoever's riding that wave, that's League 1, League 2 also.
Oh, absolutely.
Whoever's riding that wave right at that time,
Hey, we've compared it before to
we
American sports.
haven't been there in a while, but it's usually between the 5th and 6th minute that the wives orgasm.
We've compared that multiple times to American sports, particularly baseball.
Yeah.
The wild card team. It's
Always
a
does
fucking
something.
wild card
This
team.
year fucking won it.
Yeah, the Giants, 2 of their 3 were the wild card, and one of them they were the one play-in game, and then still ran
And
the
then
table.
still ran. Yeah, but
It happens
that's
almost
when
every
come on,
time.
but that's when they had that starting pitcher that also fronted My Chemical Romance at the time. Was it?
Yeah. No, that
He's
was
the
the
most
first.
email baseball player I've ever seen in my life.
That was the
for
first one.
somebody that played a summer sport. could have used some sun. It was one of the palest cunts I've ever seen in my life.
No, the one where they did it in the playoff and then went the whole run was Madison Bumgarner the last time, who just
Yeah, that's
decided
fair.
fuck it, I'll close the 7th game of the World Series. Just let him pitch all the time. Just, that's it. He's gonna pitch all the time. Back to the actual
that Geckel's fuming right now. We've talked about everything but the championship.
So West Brom are still sitting very comfortably in 5th place, but the newest member of the rotating 6th place position that has been rotating like crazy because 6th to fucking
14th is within like 3 or 5 points or something.
Are all in it. Is now Hull City, and they beat Millwall 1-0. Quick look at the bottom of the table. QPR still sits 3 points behind Huddersfield for safety, but 21st through 16th are only separated by 2 points. So really, the drop is only 5 points away for the 16th place club.
Yeah.
So not good.
So it's basically tightened pockets.
Oh yeah,
going through the championship, you get a very large chunk for that kind of 5th, 6th position through down to 14th, and then you have one club that's safe, and then you have everybody else is in relegation trouble.
1st through 4th are stellar. 5th is decent. 6th to about 14th are all in it, and they're all exceptionally mediocre. Right? They're all essentially 500 teams, and that's why they bounce around so much. And then the bottom of the table is just dog shit.
Yeah.
Like Rotherham is. They're pulling a Sheffield fucking United right now. They are getting worked. At least Wednesday is kind of trying. Like, kind of, but they just can't get... They built themselves such a big hole that they just haven't been able to get out of. Same thing applies to Queen's Park Rangers.
Yeah, because it's the shittest day of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
What if you could be Sheffield Friday? Party time. Looking forward to the weekend.
I would say it's Wednesday. It's like, hey, we got through the shit part of the week. Let's.
No, it's hump day, man. It's the worst day of the week.
Hey, fair enough.
It's terrible. Why?
Pompey played 2 matches this weekend. They got a draw and a victory. They the draw was the match against Oxford. They drew 2-2, and then they beat Northampton Town. It was 4-1.
Shaq's Northampton Town.
Yeah, that's right.
Call
exactly.
him by the Christian
Famously,
name.
Shaquille O'Neal's
Call
favorite
him by
English
the
football
Christian
club.
name. Yes, please.
Northampton Town.
Yeah, and we got to mention him because last weekend, Shaq Diesel was the DJ at Jamie's what am I trying to say? Jimmy's famous seafoods tailgate.
Of course he was.
They got Shaq Diesel to DJ Diesel.
Because of course he did. Of course he did.
It was awesome. Saw videos of it. It was great.
That gives their lead in first place back to 4 points. Derby County, Bolton, and the Posh are all separated by 3 points in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Barnsley and Stevenage round out the rest of the playoff spots with Oxford on the outside. Everyone else, way the fuck off the pack. Way off. It is 7 clubs are going to occupy 6 spots. That is it.
I don't see Oxford doing anything personally. I don't really see Peterborough doing anything.
Right.
When you have Derby and Bolton in there, and then Stevenage have been thereabouts, and Barnsley just recently relegated as well.
Yeah.
I feel like their squads are a bit better. I feel like they're a bit more consistent. But we'll see. I mean,
that's it. It's those 7 clubs. Those
I
are the
haven't
only
seen
ones.
Peterborough do anything proper for years, to be honest with you.
Well, and the big one for
They
us
always
is,
kind of fall away.
and it was even before we visited Fratton Park when we went out to England the last time. I mean, honestly, it's Pompey's the team you saw go down out of the Prem, and then you just saw them completely go off the cliff. And it was right at the time when it was going to be better. Like, the Prem had just signed with NBC Sports, and it was like they just missed out on all the money.
But they were already in they were already in administration. I mean, that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, and
They famously were the ones that got the 9-point deduction.
yeah, right.
They
for going
were
bankrupt.
the precedent,
Right,
if
for
you
going-
want to call it that. That one result,
Now it's us.
right?
I do
30
want
years later.
I do want to take a quick check in on Wigan because it's been a little while since we talked about them. They now sit in 13th place on 37 points, and they're pretty much very likely safe. You know, they're not going to make any kind of a run for a playoff spot on their point area, but they're certainly not going down. So.
Right.
They should be good. And honestly, expect them next year to be in and around the opportunity of going up because they'll spend too much money. They'll go up to the championship,
And then they'll have another point
and
deduction.
then they'll get relegated and have another point deduction because that is what they do every 5 years. That is just what Wigan fucking does.
Famously a rugby town.
Mm-hmm. And also famously Ben K's home
Homeland.
club. Finally,
He's from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
League Two, Aki able to do the impossible, blank Grimsby Town, and they drew 0-0. They sit in 11th place, and Grimsby, along with Colchester and Doncaster, sit at 29 points, but all three are well above Sutton and the Vegans. So
The Vegans are in a bad way.
they're going down. They're going down.
Yeah,
They're going down.
I don't see a way they can save that, to be honest with you, which is quite sad.
Sutton can survive it because Sutton has been down there before.
Well, Sutton eats meat.
Right. Well, yeah.
They have protein.
Well, they eat pies famously
Listen,
and get
pistachios ain't
going to
get you over the line,
betting
okay?
on that.
Pistachios aren't going to get you over the line.
So, but for Forest Green, that's a club that has not been down there, and they have dropped from League One now to dead last. in
The
League
one
Two.
thing, the one thing that is very sad about Forest Green is they were the first UK certified carbon neutral club, and Hector Bellerin owns a piece of them. Actually,
Yeah, you mentioned that
bought
before
into
with
them.
him.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Just a little connection that we have, and then your connection obviously is Big Drunk driving them into the dirt that he couldn't figure out how they ate.
He wasn't Big Drunk. His name's a Big Dunk. Thank
Big
you very
Dunk,
much.
yeah,
He
yeah.
totally said big drunk.
Yeah, he
Did I?
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's about time I just go ahead and point out when you
That's
fucking
fine.
mess
Okay,
up on
great.
one
You knew
word.
who I was talking about, though, didn't
Yeah.
you? He just drove them into
You
the
knew
dirt
what I was
that they
talking
eat.
about when I said fucking Premier League, but you decided to fuck with me. No, when I said the word podcast. You knew exactly what the fuck I was talking about. You
No,
decided
it was
to
your
bring it up.
inflection that was funny.
Yeah.
Podcast. You had that fucking like 1940s radio voice. You heard it. That's why I laughed at it. Hey, welcome to my podcast.
Yeah, your inflection is just
fucking
a
weird.
dumb
Like
face
an
all the time.
1950s baseball broadcast.
Exactly right. 100%.
Why don't you go have another daughter? Fuck off.
I would, but Forest Green's too busy having them. Fucking vegans. Fucking vegans. They got no man sperm because lack of protein.
Well, I mean, you eat protein all the time, but apparently you can't do it.
Yeah, but it's actually a medical condition. Sam, I drink too much.
At the top of the table, Wrexham had every chance to take over first place, but they had a bad loss to Salford and slipped to fourth place. There are now the good news, they're only 2 points back of Mansfield, and they have 2 games in hand, but Mansfield also doesn't lose games, right? And it feels like God,
Why? Because they're men.
It feels like they're probably reaching a point where Wrexham's going to ultimately be in a playoff. No, they get to third, they go up. So they still need to finish in the top 3.
Yeah, I think this one is the league with the 3 automatic promoted, and then
Right.
4th through 7th are the playoff spots. But yeah, I mean, hopefully for Wrexham they do go up. I love that story. I want the TV show to continue. I want people to still get involved into football, even if it's through that medium. That's fine with me. I don't mind how people get into it, as long as it's not because of, oh, Millwall's racist, I'll follow them, or whatever. I want more people to come to the sport, and the more attention, even if it's because of McElhenney and fucking what's his name, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, Mint Mobile Man. If they M cubed. If they can bring more people into the sport, then fucking go for it. I'm in for that.
Aviation Gin, thank you very much for my job and my recent promotion, Ryan. It's so great that you bought that gin because that makes me have a job.
I thought it was funny that you went Mint Mobile and not Gin Guy.
I just hear the Mint Mobile commercials all the time now.
Not that it'll happen, but
hating you.
But all of you right now,
off.
I can definitively say this. Mark my words. If I get a chance to meet Ryan Reynolds, I'll say, you bought Aviation Gin. I work for Westward Whiskey. Thank you. I have a job because you gave us a lot of money.
Yeah.
I will flat out say that.
But I don't care how they get into the sport. I mean, and obviously just for comparison's sake.
Real quick, Sam, we're going to make this parting words because I got thoughts on it too. So we're at the end. So let's make this our parting words.
Can we go out on never mind, don't worry about it.
It's the next show.
Yeah. what I was going to say was if you take this and compare it to some of the lovely stories, because obviously negative commentary usually gets the microphones in their face, and excuse me, whoever speaks the loudest and has the most abhorrent views usually get the microphones in their face.
Barton.
How many people how many dads have come out and said, like, my daughters didn't give a shit about the NFL, and now Taylor Swift's there, and I'm watching games with my daughter, and they care now.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't care that the two Hollywood celebrities are bringing people into the sport. That's brilliant. That's fun. That however you get them here, good, because they will buy merchandise. They will buy, tickets. They will travel over and spend money in the local pub. They will support these ventures.
That
and
local economy
that
will
ultimately helps
do well from that.
That ultimately helps these clubs, not fall foul of financial fair play and sustainability rules and everything because of the shirts that they buy and the online season ticket they get to stream the club's games and all those sorts of things. It's just it's fascinating that when two dudes do it, nobody has a problem with it except the gatekeepers. And when a woman does it, everybody's got a problem with it. I just find it funny.
Along with the sideshow,
I wanted to make that.
Along with the sideshow, that is producer Mel and
Nicole over here having a fucking sleepover.
Shore Belly's fucking comments is exactly what I know what it is.
Well, I mean, his first comment was, I'll sum up the championship pretty quickly. Sunderland still sucks. But what got Nicole and I giggling is this is like watching Darwin Nunez fight Richarlison over the last Burt Umber crayon.
It's pretty good.
Just
wait till injury time, mate.
You had already mentioned kind of the gatekeeping side of it, and that's what I was going to go at is like, okay, so people are coming to the sport, right? The last thing you need to do is fight people off and tell them how dumb they are and make them not want to watch the sport or
ultimately they should just realize
sport.
Themselves that they are dumb.
Right.
But
just let it be. Just let it be. And for me, really what it is when they get to the point that they're interested in this, you got to learn them. Right. That's what you got to do. You got to sit them down. You got to learn them. You got to say to that person when they decided that they like this club. Well, have you read about their history? When were they established? Learn a little bit about them. Learn about their worst downfalls. Learn about their best successes. Like learn
and find a club that speaks to you, man. Right? I mean, how many times have we talked to? We did a whole fucking year-long series with Cole. About find a club that speaks to you. You don't choose a club, man. Clubs choose you.
Absolutely. That is 1,000%.
And if you're a money-grubbing cunt, you choose City. And
I appreciated it. Yeah. I know more about Villa than I do about some of my ex-boyfriends.
Exactly. Especially one particular one who I thought was a citizen of a different country. But the other piece
I can tell
of
you
that,
one thing that we know that's absolutely positively right about Nicole. He was probably a white boy. Go ahead.
Oh, he's definitely a white boy. 100% a white boy. 100% a white boy. But he was probably also, because he was English. Now that Mel had said that earlier, I do remember that fact. Is probably named Ashley, and she was living out her own personal Gone with the Wind or whatever. That's more than likely what happened.
Look at him pulling out like old ass movie references, but can't get a movie reference.
I know
from
the
10
classics. I don't know the fucking stupid shit you want. But the other thing about pulling people in and getting subscribers, if you will, or whatever, to the YouTube, to the streaming service, to the whatever it is that helps pay those bills. We have two beautiful women sitting on one side of the camera. I haven't seen an ounce of Jello or a pillow yet, and I think you two are fucking off your responsibilities over there.
That is going.
Are you talking to us?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm on to something else already.
That is going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining us. Next up is Injury Time. We're going to talk about the beers we were drinking. We're going to preview the weekend's action. We're going to talk about the...
well, hold on. Wait. See, that was a big giggle. I heard that. She was muted, and I heard that.
We are going to muscle through the end of this fucking show because the reason why somebody should check out Injury Time, and first, if they wanted to check out Injury Time, Sam, how do they go about doing it?
Very easy, actually. It's patreon.com/Do Football Show. Just sign up to one beautiful, huge $5 tier, and you'll be able to catch all of our extra content, which includes our preview show, Injury Time, and Sound Check, which is, our actual sound check. And Mel, make sure you can't hear the burps I just did.
2 words for you. Violent scissoring. Till next week, everybody.
Good night.